Morning, team. What's up, you guys? What's up, chat? Did anyone trade NFP? I want to hear about it. You guys didn't take any good trades? I took one, and I'm planning on recording a video about it because it's the same strategy I use with news all the time. I just anchor a VWAP, go to the 1 minute candle, anchor a VWAP at the news candle, and I just watch the direction. So obviously news was bullish, and the retrace is where I got in long. So it retraced to that anchored VWAP. We had a bullish engulfing candle on the 1 minute, and I entered there. And then the way I manage my position is I just scale out. So I took off, I scaled out at the previous high of day, which was 367, scaled out again at point of control, scaled out again at value area high, and then scaled out. I was almost out. I just had one MNQ left at previous day high, and then it hit my trailing stop loss at that point. So that's how I trade news. And the same could have been true if it broke below that anchored VWAP and started to see some selling pressure. So I'll record a video on how I do that, but that's the trade I took for NFP. As far as the New York Open, we could see quite a bit of volatility, so gonna stay careful. But possible bounce area, like I just posted, kind of this general area for a long bounce if we come down. And then we still have that same rejection area up here, which would also be like London high and previous day high liquidity grab. So if we get some selling pressure there, that could be a decent short idea. Taking a look at gold, it's kind of back in that range that we've been in for the last couple days, this box here. But we did break above. So this gold zone is the brownish, whatever color, was a pretty big higher time frame support and resistance. We broke above, and now we're coming back down to retest VWAP area. And that was a pretty strong buy up. So we could see a move up on gold. So if it holds at the open, we could potentially take a long on this bounce off of VWAP and target. I would target high of day back at 51.43. All right. Market opens in about 2 minutes. What are you guys watching for? What are you thinking? Like I said, NFP news was bullish, so I'm not thrilled about the idea of shorts. I would rather see a pullback at the open and enter a long. But we'll see what happens up here at this red box zone and previous day high and all that stuff. If there's like obvious selling, I'll see how it goes. Watching gold too to see if it holds that VWAP area. Ooh, first day on Trade Evade after moving over from Project X. Yeah, maybe just try trading like one MNQ or one whatever you're trading, one contract, one micro, just to kind of get a feel for it. Don't even worry about your profits. Make sure you know how to click the buttons right. All right, chat. Market's about to open. Let's make some money. There we go. News continued with the New York Open. Got a nice little pump there. Let's see what happens up here. Interesting spot here. It's almost like the market has to process that news a little bit. Not quite sure where it wants to go. So far, it's stalling at that area, but no signs of continuation. Might just be consolidating for a blast through it. All right, it's coming back down towards the low of the opening range candle. And then we also have that anchor VWAP from the NFP news. So that's interesting. If it breaks below this level at 25,400, we could see a retrace. Come back down to some of these levels below. Dang, man. Check out that red box, y'all. If it wasn't the first 3 minutes of the New York Open, right after NFP, I would have taken that short. But I got scared. But if you guys have been watching me trade all week, that red box has been there for a few days now. Didn't move it. Gotta love it when your levels work out. Order rejected and you have no idea why. Do you have the live market data? Like, is your screen black or does it look orange? If it's orange, it might be delayed and you might need to get the live market data connected. Are you doing it through TradingView or are you on Trade-of-8? And are you trying to trade gold or NQ? I know I just asked you a bunch of questions. I don't know why it would say order rejected. I can't think of anything else. I kind of ran through the like troubleshooting stuff I have in mind. I don't know. I've been buying Trade-of-8 accounts for a while, so I don't know if there's anything you need to do with the transition from Project X to Trade-of-8. Is it through Lucid or who? It might be worth it to send him a message. The account is set to liquidation, but your account is active. The only time mine says it's set to a liquidation is if I've hit my daily profit target or my max loss limit. So, did you change anything with your profit target settings? If you did, you can go in and make sure something's not wrong there. Yeah, I would say maybe contact Lucid or Tradify or whoever you're trading with and see if there's something on their end where they need to like turn on the account or like take off the block or whatever. I don't know. Could be something with the transition from Project X to Trade-of-8 that they had to do. I've never seen that error code before. All right, so this is breaking down. Of course, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Taken a short at that red box. That would have been the trade of the morning so far. But I don't have FOMO about it because, like I said, it was in the first 3 minutes of the open right after NFP release. So I honestly wouldn't have taken the trade. But it's nice to know it worked out. So at this point, probably waiting for the first 15 minutes to kind of settle because this still is pretty choppy. Even though it's trending down, there's still big bounces up. So I'm going to watch for a reaction at VWAP and value area low are kind of in the same general vicinity. So somewhere around like 300 to 315 is a decent bounce spot. But really, I like this green box level a little bit better, around like 250-ish, 260s, somewhere in there. And then on top of that, another reason I like this area better, unless we get an obvious bounce at VWAP, a lot of times with news candles, it'll retrace the news candle, or at least most of it, before continuing in whichever direction it's going to. So this right here is the opening or the news candle. And then we have the RTH close gap right here at 217. So really, it's somewhere down here. If we're getting a bounce, that's what I would look for. But let's see how the 15-minute opening range goes as well. We could possibly take a short, like if it comes up and retest that New York anchored VWAP or something like that. That's what I'm watching for. Yeah, you can kind of see how it's like, it's trending down, but there's big wicky bounces. You would, if you trailed your stop loss tight, it would get you if you were in a short. It's definitely not like just a clean dump straight down. Buyers are putting up a fight. Did anyone enter a short at the top within the first couple minutes of the open? Any of you degens crazy enough to trade that early after NFP? You're braver than me if you are. If you did, hopefully it was on an eval or super small size, or hopefully you knew what you were doing. All right, coming back up to this New York anchored VWAP. Considering a short here, but it would be small size. Let's see if we actually get some continuation down or if this thing just breaks through. Something like that. Are you gonna reject there? I don't know. Like I said, buyers are putting up a fight. It's not a clean trend down. If you guys were on with me pre-market, I was talking about if gold held VWAP, we could watch for a long. It did not hold you up. It dropped. This thing might break higher. It's not where I would have looked for it to bounce. Well, I'm glad I was patient on that idea, because that one doesn't look good anymore. Good you didn't get in short. Yeah. Well, I mean, the move up with NFP was so strong. So hopefully that already gave kind of a long bias. And then the fact that this moved down at the market open, it wasn't a clean drop. Like, it wasn't like everyone was taking profit and it's going to go back down to 25K or something. Every little drop keeps getting bought up. So I wasn't sold on shorts. I'd rather see it just come a little bit lower and maybe look for a long. At least with how price action is looking now. That could obviously change. Is Trade of 8 down for anyone else? My screen's kind of freezing. Yours is working. Maybe I just need to refresh it. Yeah, mine's not letting me, like, I just tried to place a limit order and it's not letting me do anything. I just tried to log out and log back in. Oh, what's the deal with Trade of 8 lately? Rejecting that value area high area. Time to switch platforms again. There's not many left, man. Not that many options left. This is kind of choppy. I don't love it. Yeah, Carrie, I liked Project X too. I don't love the company who took it away from everyone else, though, and some of the shady stuff they're doing now, so I won't be trading with Project X ever again. Goodness. Let's see if we can actually break out of this range and go somewhere. We do have VWAP sitting right near the bottom of the 15-minute opening range. So, possible bounce spot there. But like I was saying before, I like a little bit lower. If we ever get there, I don't know. Might be stuck in this box for a little while. Anyone else finding anything good in this mess? too chicken to go in. I don't know if that's chicken. Could just be, I would say, patience. Not wanting to lose money in this choppy mess. No, I actually have it on the 5-minute right now. When it's choppy like this, I actually zoom out to the 5-minute and sometimes even the 15-minute for a little while. Because if I'm on a lower time frame, it makes it seem more like the trend is actually going somewhere. Like, honestly, if I was on the 2-minute, I probably would have looked at a long there because that was a big, like, bullish looking candle that broke through VWAP. But if you zoom out to the 5-minute, that ended up with a wick on the top side, so it didn't look very bullish anymore. So when it's choppy like this, I go out to the 5-minute. It helps me to stay patient and not read every candle. Coming down to the bottom of the range. But like I said, VWAP is right there at 327. I was talking earlier about possible gap fill, regular trading hours gap fill. So just to give you guys stats on that. Edge full gap, when we gap up on a Wednesday, there's a 71% chance that the gap will fill. And the target for that regular trading hours gap is 25,219. So that's an area to watch for. Pretty heavy breakdown right there. I'll be interested to see how this 15-minute closes, or 5-minute closes. See if it holds below VWAP and this 15-minute opening range low, because this is a possible bounce area. There she goes. The first 30 minutes of the open were tricky. Hopefully you guys stayed patient and didn't blow accounts. This right here at like 219 is that gap fill I was saying. What was it, 71% chance? But that doesn't mean it'll bounce there either. It could just fill it and keep dumping. So it's confirmed that it's breaking down below VWAP outside of the 15-minute opening range. So it's confirming a pullback, or shorts, I guess. If we were to find a short entry, I would want a pullback to enter. Or if it just keeps dumping, we could watch for some of these bounce zones that I have. All right, coming back up towards VWAP and 15-minute opening range low. All right, I'm trying a short here at 308.75 is where I entered, and targeting that gap fill. Gonna put my stop slightly in profit just to make sure. Maybe trailed too early. See if it gives us another chance. Might try re-entering. What would that look like? Oh, don't want to be chasing it. It's coming down to that little green box area that I was watching. So gonna see what happens here. Yeah, there's definitely levels below here too. And we could also get a little bounce here, retrace, and then come back further and grab those lower levels later. You know, NQ likes to be tricky like that. Yeah, I wouldn't say to take a trade off of that though, because they're not perfectly inversely correlated. You can maybe use it as confluence if you're already reading price action that way. Broke below that green box. Now let's see if it comes down to that gap fill and see what happens there. ES is coming down to fill its gap too. We got previous day low right below. What a move down. Yikes. Yeah, Maverick, I feel you. Me too. Because I drew up that red box days ago. I was watching for a rejection there. I was too scared to enter because it was too early in the open. And then I got into that short here and trailed my stop loss too tight. So I feel ya on the FOMO. Oh, that's so annoying. This is our London low right here. Oh, man. Getting a good bounce here at London low. See if this bounce actually holds or if it's just going to continue dropping. ES is also at its London low and looking like it's trying to hold too. Not looking super strong for a continuation, honestly. This market is looking heavy. Kind of starting to settle a little. Let's see what happens. "13 minutes until the initial balance is set, but as of now, there's our IB low. Eight cylinders of life. Nice job. You managed your trade better than I did. That's the breakout of the 15-minute orb and then retest short. That's the exact trade that I took. I just trailed my stop loss too soon. Yeah, Carrie, that's tough. I mean, obviously this is a big level and that was a big bounce. And you probably saw it going up pretty quick. An easy, 30 points or so. But when it's going against the trend so much like this, you almost have to scalp it and just get in and get out. If you're wanting to hold it for like a full-on retrace, you kind of got to wait for confirmation. I don't love the way this is looking for longs. It looks like it wants to go lower. Coming into another support area that I have, but again, not trying to catch a falling knife. Jeez. If I drag this green box along, that's how I have that support area. The 60-minute IB low, yeah, that's just a line that I drew. I use this horizontal ray tool, and I keep moving it because it's still only 10:24. We still have 6 minutes left. So I'll adjust it once we've actually had the first hour of trading. Still going. You guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I need to take a break from trading for not the whole day, but take a step away. Call it on the live stream. I'm super mad right now. And I know that if I like get in a trade right now, I'm going to try to catch the bottom and continue to catch the bottom and end up blowing my account. I'm mad that I mismanaged that trade. That would have been, I probably shouldn't even do this whole shoulda, woulda, coulda thing to myself, but where did I get in? At the bottom of the 15-minute opening range low is where I re-entered. That was like over a 200-point trade. I probably would have targeted London low. So 180 points. Annoying. But yeah, when there's big drops like this and I have FOMO, I know my tendencies. Like, I've journaled my emotions and my triggers big time. So what I do is try to outsmart the market and be like, this is the bottom. I'm going to go in double size, and then wrong. It comes to my next support level. This is the bottom for sure. So I'll increase size, do that 2 or 3 times, and my account is blown. So since I know that about myself, what I'm going to do is walk away, because if a bottom is formed, it will have chopped around and like established some support or had a big bounce, and maybe I can take a pullback or something. Maybe enter, if it pulls back to VWAP, enter a short there, something like that. I can just kind of see how things settle after this big move. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it, you guys. Just kind of watch and see what happens over the next 30 minutes or so. Maybe come back and look again. Go for a walk, take the dog on a walk or something. If you guys keep trading, trade safe. Don't try to catch the bottom. All right, gang. I'll see you in Discord, and I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one. See ya.